Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, and I have another guest. It's welcome to Whiskey Conversations. I'm here with Caitlyn Ross, who I have known for probably 7 years now.
Something around there, yeah.
Yeah, through the industry. So first, we whiskey.
Yes, please.
Now, you chose Belle Meade. I remember, it felt like it came out too quickly, but it's okay. This was what, Greenbrier, Nelson?
Greenbrier.
Yeah, and this was back when they were doing MGP. They had that whole line, wine finishes, but this is the classic.
Yep.
Why did you choose that one?
So that is the one, I was drinking some whiskey before that, but that's the one where I'm like, wow, I actually want to learn more about this.
So it's one thing to drink something, I want to drink more of that. It's another thing, cheers to you, by the way.
Cheers.
To say, I drank that, I want to learn more.
Yeah.
You realize that's a nerd sentence, right?
Yeah, just
that
a
means
bit.
you're in good company, because we're all nerds here.
It had so much depth. It was people pleasing, and I was still getting into whiskey, so I didn't really like a lot of high proof stuff at that point. But it was great.
Whiskey. It's the best of what MGP has to offer, I think. Like people forget that for a long time, MGP was a dirty word because people lied about it. Not always, but some. And but people forget that the reason it ended up being almost all craft for several years.
Yeah.
It's because they make freaking great whiskey.
It's great juice.
And they always have. So you were a decade at Specs, right?
Just about.
Yeah, same store, moved around?
Moved around.
Okay. If you're not from Texas, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, it's a different conversation. Specs is a chain, started out of Houston, spread across Texas. Specs was where I first got connected to, in the early days of the whiskey school, there were some really great whiskey reps at Specs. And by reps, I mean store employees who really knew their shit. And like of all the retail stores, specifically here in Austin, the one on Brody, there was a guy who just knew more than anybody I'd ever met about whiskey. And he was really kind and generous about it. And so I really fell in love with good sales reps. Why did you get into Specs?
It was an accident. One of my friends wanted to apply, and I was kind of looking for a second job at that time. So whenever they applied, I went ahead and applied with them.
Why not?
I got the job, they didn't.
Oh, no! You still friends?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
But it was great. I was a cashier at first. Then I was manager in training, but then I decided to get on the sales floor after moving to Austin because I originated in Northwest Houston with Specs. So.
Oh, like Woodlands area.
Ish.
Yeah, okay.
Spring Cypress.
Yeah. So I met you first time at the Texas Whiskey Festival because Josh Galladay introduced us, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. And just you were whiskey nerd friends in the whole Austin drinking whiskey community.
Love Josh.
You bourbon first? That was your first intro?
Yep.
What was the thing that you were like, oh, wait, there's scotch?
Ooh,
Scotch
so
is better.
I went from bourbon to Irish. I got a little obsessed with Irish for a while.
That's right. Everyone's into Irish. That's fine.
I almost chose an Irish whiskey. But then when I was with Specs for so long, basically I was getting asked for allocated bourbons over and over and over and over. So I just started hanging out in the Scotch aisle.
All right.
Yeah. That's it. That's why I got into Scotch, which is so stupid. But
just trying to hide from the...
A little bit,
yeah. The bourbon bros.
I mean, everyone was still so nice, but I wanted to get out of that and into something new.
So then you went in Scotch all and people were like, oh, is it at least 12?
Yes.
Yes. No, then I won't touch it. Yes. That's for the middle classes.
Unfortunately, you do get some of those, but I am here to change your minds.
One time I saw you and you were like, oh yeah, I've changed jobs, and now I work for ImpEx. Well, ImpEx, if you don't know, actually, here's how Sam is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, Sam is great.
But like, I found out because I really fell in love with Single Cask Nation, and through them found their story of like working for ImpEx, starting their own independent bottling. ImpEx is delivering it or distributing it.
Joshua.
And I'm like, how cool is that you have such a good relationship? Like, what kind of boss has a company, lets their employees start their own company, and then distributes their employees' products? That's insane.
Super supportive.
So I found out about ImpEx. I know why. Because we were reviewing, was it Glenallachie that goes through ImpEx? We were reviewing a Glenallachie for the first time ever, and Sam emailed me. That's how hands-on he was. And he was like, thanks for reviewing. We'd love to send you some other stuff. We ended up talking. And because I was like, oh, I know you because Single Cask Nation and ImpEx is great. And so you came into Texas Whiskey Festival one time and you're like, I'm working for ImpEx now. Try these amazing things.
Actually, that was still when I was working at Specs.
Oh, you were
Yeah.
you were
so I was
pimping
already,
ImpEx
yeah, basically.
while on the Specs payroll.
How do you think I got the job?
Well done, you. Yeah, no, you introduced me to Ardnamurchan. Oh, that's
gosh.
me. You introduced me to Ardnamurchan.
Yeah. Ardnamurchan is absolutely awesome.
And speaking of, there
That
you go.
Yep.
Bam! That's the core one. This is the first one you
Yes.
poured for me.
Yes.
And then you poured some like really like, special something or other from Adelphi.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you did.
probably.
I'm gonna pour for you. How about that?
Thank you.
Thanks for getting me water earlier. I'm trapped back here behind the bar.
Carl's the new water boy.
Yeah. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
You can smell the barley on this one a little bit more. It's a little bit. It still has the hint of the new make like presence. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what made you go? The order of ImpEx is not just like you don't fall in love with a distributor, right?
Yeah.
You're not at Specs and you're like, man, this is my favorite distributor.
Yeah.
I got their name tattooed on my. But you do fall in love with the whiskeys and then start to find things in common and realize they're all coming from one family. Is that how you found ImpEx?
No, so the person that I actually replaced in the job, Gary, he would always come into Specs. He would teach us about some of his products. He would talk with us. He would make sure the shelves were good. He actually asked me if I was interested in interviewing for his job.
Nice.
So,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That makes it easy to get into something.
oh, yeah.
So, and it just sounded like, yeah, I'd like to get onto that side of the industry relationship.
I mean, I'm working with my favorite distilleries now.
Yeah, right?
In Specs, I was selling a lot of really good whiskey. And with this, it's like my favorite distilleries. I'm now the one introducing them in Texas. So.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
Why do you like this one specifically? You chose the core.
Yes. So this is the one that got me really, really, really nerdy about Scotch. There was a lot of them that I loved before, like Glenallachie, Kilchoman. This one, though, as soon as I found out about one thing, I was like, okay, I really want to know more about this brand. They have QR codes on the back, and basically it'll tell you everything you want to know about that bottle.
I don't think I knew that. Son of a...
Yep. It tells
Stop
you,
the show. I've got things to do now.
It tells you who bottled
it.
it, on what day.
Okay.
It tells you how long it fermented. You can download all the cask data. It tells you the vintage, the cask type, how much was peated, how much
You
was
did not
unpeated.
tell me this.
Yes, I did.
Evidently, I dropped the ball on realizing that I could have known everything I wanted to about my favorite Ardnamurchans because Caitlyn told me about it when I wasn't listening, which feels very likely, especially in crowded places because I just start tuning everyone out.
Oh, yeah.
Because it gets too much.
Well, it was so good you just focused on the whiskey.
Well, I mean, that
You
happened
didn't
earlier.
hear
yeah.
anyone else around you.
I was like, yeah, I was sipping and then I just heard peanuts. Wah, 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 wah. I like it. There's, have you ever had, this is the mostly the unpeated stuff, right?
Half and half.
Half and half?
Yep.
Wow, it's not as present as it is
Half peated,
in the
half
older
unpeated.
one that we tried.
Yep.
Wow, that new flavor takes over. How much have you found that you have to teach people where Ardnamurchan is?
So a lot of people just kind of like don't ask more questions when I say Western Highlands, even though they
That's fair.
probably don't know where that is still. But no, it is just out in the middle of nowhere. It's a little traumatizing to get to.
Yeah.
I've
Did you
been
almost
there-
die driving to it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't driving. I had someone else drive. So
You have to time your exit so you don't come across like a truck carrying a bunch of materials or something?
Well, my friend Sean, which he's the one that always wanted to say hi to you whenever I saw
Oh, yeah.
you. Yeah. He gave them pointers. Basically, he's like, okay, if you feel nervous going around a little curve, just give it a little honk. You know, it'll be fine.
Beep, beep.
This person was honking, like going just in a straight line. There's nothing around us. You can't, like, there's no other road. Like, I know. It was so funny, though. It was the best.
That's really fun.
I have like 5 minutes of that recording of just him beep, beep, beep. I'm like, there's nobody here.
It's like, there might be a sheep. You don't know.
Maybe.
So we have this thing at the house because, you know, Emma, my wife, blends Balcones. And the thing about working for something you love is that you come home and you're like, I just want to have a drink of whiskey at the end of the day. And inevitably, Emma will get Balcones and pour it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you've been all day blending. And now we come home and what you want to do is just take another bottle of Balcones. She's like, because it's great.
Yep. This is my daily.
Yeah.
So whenever I first even bought the bottle, I only bought it because I had no idea what it was. And I couldn't find anything on it. So I took it home and I tried it. I was like, oh, it's good. It's okay. and I was playing video games, and then I poured another. I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's good. It usually takes me about a year to get through a bottle because I have so many and I constantly switch back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I was down to about here, maybe a little bit lower at the end of the night. And I was like, oh, I like this a lot more than I thought. Yeah. So that was really surprising for me that I drank that much in one sitting on my own.
Now you just keep your Ardnamurchan straw for your bottles? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have about, oh gosh, at least 36 different kinds at home.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
That sounds like an us problem.
I don't have a problem, I swear.
Yeah.
It's a buying problem.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. Well, this is cool. Thanks for getting to actually hang out with me in a non-crowded whiskey-obsessed group.
I think this is the first time we've hung out just like kind of, and there's
had a
4
chat.
people in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, it's good. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're really glad you're here. Cheers. If you want to learn helpful tips on driving and safety roads in Scotland and things, this is evidently the right channel. Like and subscribe.